I'm Kash Khan, I'm 29 and I'm a camera operator. I actually took a bit of a detour into becoming a camera operator. I originally studied law and went to law school and then ended up working in medical negligence. It was not something, I kind of didn't really know what to study when I was 18, so I kind of just went into something that I thought was a profession, and to be honest, my dad really wanted me to do it. But I never enjoyed it. I always hated it. And I always loved movies. And I always was obsessed with movies, and I thought I'd love to work in the industry, but I didn't know how. And then I randomly met a director of photography once and started assisting him on set. And I started calling in sick in order to work on set. And eventually he was like, why don't you just quit? So I just decided one day to quit my job, handed in my notice and went freelance. And I've been freelance ever since. I did have to think about it for a while, and it was a huge risk. It could have gone one of two ways. And to be honest, it was a struggle at the beginning. I had to fight through those first 2 years of just working really hard and knowing that I'm not going to get paid that much and building up my equipment. But in the end, it was worth it, and I knew it would be. And I didn't want to do anything else. That was it. So even though I wasn't making much money at the beginning, and even though it was really difficult to get, contacts and get jobs, I was like, this is what I want to do with my life, so I'm going to make it happen. Initially, they thought I was crazy, and they were like, how are you going to make money? And how are you going to survive? There's no stability. And it's true, there is no stability even now in freelance. But having seen what I've come through, now they're kind of my biggest supporters. And it took time, I didn't have direct support. There was a lot of just me believing that it's going to work out and motivating myself. And now they see that, I'm working and I'm busy, and they're super proud and everything, but it took time. The kind of ethic that runs through the way me and my brothers were brought up was just hard work. If you work really hard for something, you're going to get it, no matter what it is. And if you want it enough, even if you want it enough, but you're not putting the hours in, or you're not putting the commitment in, then somebody who's working harder than you could get it. So I think that's one thing that they instilled in us from a very young age. And we saw my parents worked very hard as well. So seeing that influenced us quite a lot. Yeah, I have two brothers, two younger brothers. I'm the oldest. No, I would say that they had it a lot easier. I had to I was the one that my dad wanted to be a professional, and then once I kind of broke the mold and went off and did my own thing, my brothers did exactly what they wanted. They had no kind of pressure in that way, so I felt like I had to pave the way of showing them that you don't have to be in a kind of really strict profession in order to be happy and be stable and do what you want. My grandma, actually, my mom's mum, is a really strong-minded, strong-willed woman. She's one of those people who, if she wants to do something, she's an action person, so she doesn't talk that much about what she wants to do, but she'll just do it. If she wants to go somewhere, she'll just get up and she'll go. And I kind of learned that a lot from my grandma, about taking action over just talking about things or like wanting things for a long time. And kind of grew up in a kind of East End Cockney family, so like a lot of my aunties are very kind of strong-willed. I remember one of my aunties, she used to say to me that you've got to go out there in the world and you've got to just believe that you're the nuts. And if I translate that, like what she's saying is that you have to believe in yourself, even if anyone else doesn't. So even if other people are doubting you, or if you don't have the support around, like if you believe that you can do it yourself, then somehow it will happen. There's a lot more empathy there, so I think women relating to women you can feel quite vulnerable sometimes asking for advice or trying to learn from someone's experience. And I think with women, we like to share stories, and like I said, there's empathy with what you're going through, so you kind of feel a bit more comfortable with being vulnerable. I think maybe I could mentor and be a mentee, maybe a bit of both, because there's some things that I've gone through, having to have a career change and, the uncertainties of your early 20s. I feel like I understand that, and I've grown through that, but also there's lots I could learn with women who have a lot more life experience. And I think that could be beneficial from the app. It was very scary to make the career change because I didn't know if I was going to succeed or fail at that time. and also practically I didn't know if I was going to survive. So that's a very scary proposition. But if you don't, it's kind of cliche to say, but if you don't take big risks, then you don't get big rewards. Be very open-minded. And I think now kind of with the millennial generation, there's like an idea of being fixated on what you want to do and being really powerful, but I think it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to say sometimes that I don't want to do this anymore, or that I don't feel like I'm comfortable living this lifestyle anymore. And if you're not, then do something else. Just be really open. Don't fixate on one idea because there's many possibilities.